how's it going out there, YouTube? It's Rick and Linda Steinert. We're here, co-authors, and we're going to talk about time management today. The biggest thing is I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Or I hear people say, if I just had enough time, I would do this. And you can fill in the blanks with anything. We're going to talk about books today because that's what we are hoping to do, is do more books. And so some people would say, I don't have enough time to write books. I don't have enough time to do the things I want to enjoy because I have to work hard. I have to do this, raise kids, and all these things. We're coming to you as very busy people. We actually did time management and set deadlines and timelines and things like that to get things done, because we know if we don't do it, it's not gonna get done, because we could just simply say, hey, there was a lot going on. So for instance, with time management, I've got 4 kids under 6 years old. Plus I'm working, like I said, 2 hours away. So that's 2 hours drive in the morning, 2 hours drive in the morning, or in the afternoon. I'm tired. So I literally just got done working, and it is in California, it's 6:13. I left the house at 4, and now I'm doing a YouTube video. I'm just making time. My wife's gonna get here at 6:30. All the kids are gonna go here. So we're time managing, putting it in the time slot and getting it done. But the thing is deadlines. You need to set a deadline for something. If you're just thinking about a book, set a deadline to, I guess, rough draft your ideas, put them together, and say, hey, by this date, I'm going to have all my ideas written down. And that's a start. So now you've started something. Before you'd say, hey, I've only had time. And you got to find your time and just do it. One thing I've been doing is, we got to act like it's your real job, your 9 to 5. And so whether it's 9 to 5 or not, but when friends say, hey, can we go do this? Like, oh no, I have to write, or I have to do this, or I have to work on my art. I have to work on this. And they're, well, aren't you just a hobby? Well, I'm trying to turn this hobby into something, or it doesn't matter because this is something you wanted to get done and it'll be accomplished. And so obviously you got to make time for that. So time management. Deadlines are very important. So once you get your ideas together, then maybe an outline. Say, hey, my deadline for an outline is this date, and stick to it. And then if you can't just stick to it, actually plan out your day to do that. And my mom, she actually has to do that right now, because we were talking about how are we gonna get this stuff done. And so she's got a little timeline that she's worked on. So I'll have her go ahead and talk to you about it.
Yeah, when Rick decided we had 2 weeks to get it done, I'm writing one of the books. It's kind of was going to be a shorter one of the books, but it didn't end up that way. But we always kind of put it off because, okay, it's not the next book. It's not the next book. So I didn't take the time to do it. And Rick's like, okay, we got 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks ends tomorrow. The last word was written tonight. Yes, I'm one day ahead.
All right.
So I have 4 kids at home also, but mine aren't that little. I only have we have a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old, 13 and 15. So my day, I try to juggle 2 full-time jobs. I work at home painting dolls. Here is, reborn dolls. And so I get up, my morning starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up and get 3 of the kids, the younger 3, up. We get ready for school. From 6:30 to 7, I take 2 of the kids to the bus, the 2 younger ones. Normally I'd let them walk, but with the time change, it's really dark. It's about a quarter of a mile up the road. The youngest is 6, and there's no street lights. So I do take them to the bus stop, and then I get back at 7. The 13-year-old, he's self-sufficient. He takes care of himself. I get the 16-year-old up and try to get him motivated a little. He's ours that is doing school at home. So the 13-year-old gets himself to the school. So from 7 to 8:30, I write. At 8:30 to 9, I make sure that the one that's being taught at home has all of his assignments, knows everything he's doing, has any questions, anything. I'm there from 8:30 to 9 to help him. From 9 to 3, I do everything doll related. If I have to ship them, list them, paint them, whatever I have to do doll related, I do that from 9 to 3. 3 to 5, again, I come in the house and write. The kids play after school. I take that time to write. Sometime earlier, get something out for dinner. Otherwise, it's, a fast food night like tonight was. From 5 to 8, we do dinner, homework. We have 3 that are in sports. One is in 2 soccer leagues and runs track. The other 2 are in soccer. So we have soccer practices and play games and family, whatever we need from 5 to 8. From 8 to 9, it's baths, get ready for bed, sign any last minute anything they forgot. 9 to 11, my husband and I, we like to watch, series that have ended. And right now we're doing 24. So from 9 to 11, we watch 24 and I write from 9 to 11. And so roughly that's 6 hours of painting, 6 hours of dolls, and 4.5 hours of family time. So, I mean, it is doable to do 2 jobs of family if you make it a point to stick to your schedule.
That is a very good point. Like I said, the time management. So for me, I am a union journeyman painter, so I've got to do that. Plus, I have the drive to drive, not the drive to do union painting. Those two different things. But I'm also the associate pastor of my church, so sometimes I got to write sermons and things like that. And then also I'm writing books, and I got to raise my kids, take them camping. So, but you have to plan. You have to plan time in. Got to plan in time to be a husband, a plan in time to be a father, a plan in time for things like that. So you don't want to just get lost and carried away in one certain thing. And so right now we're just going to do everything. Like we can say, hey, we joke because my mom says she's painting dolls and I'm painting in the union. And so we're both painters too. And now we're both book writers. So we're working on getting her to go preach, but it's just getting her on here is a big thing. So, but she knows the cause for it. Time management is very important. And like I said, you have to do that because if you write, I think what it is, 500 words a day in a month, you have a book. I mean, it won't be an epic fantasy, but you'll have, 80,000, 60,000 words. That's $500.
500 words a day. 500 words a day sometimes translates into 1,000 if you're going, if you've got it in the flow. But if you concentrate on just 500 words a day, you'll get your book done.
And so for book 1 that we did, I actually at a point, like I said, I started when I was 16 and I'd write like for a month and then I'd take like 3 years off and write again because I always wanted to. And that's the long story short there, high school and then college and things like that. And then now raising a family. But what I did at one point is when I was like, hey, you know what? Let's get this done. This has been here for a while. Let's get this done. It's time to get things done. And so I actually did an Excel sheet and I put the date, Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Saturday. And I put the date in there. And then I had a word count and I would put my word count in there so I could see. And at the time I was doing 1,000 word count because I wanted to get it done sooner. And so I'd have 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And then there'd be a day I had 0. Next day, 2,000. I want to get caught up. Now you don't have to do that. But if you're on a deadline, you might have to. And even if you're doing this just for fun, set a deadline just for fun and meet that deadline just for fun. And you'll feel accomplished. You'll feel better about yourself. Like, hey, I did something. Like I said, with these books, it's like, hey, I have a book on my bookshelf now. I told my mom, my goal is just to get traditionally published and have a hardback on my bookshelf. I had that as of April 2nd, and I ended up giving it away to Callie. We'll give a shout out to Callie. And so now I don't even have my own book. I obviously have it on my computer, but that was one of our goals. And so time management. So I wake up, yesterday I woke up at 3:30 and got to work and did that and got home. And that was a late day, but I edited last week's video. That was another 3 hours after getting home at 7 because I had to stay even later. And so that was just a long day, but I wanted to do it. Today I woke up at 4:30. So my drive time, the thing is when you have your drive time, you take advantage of it. So for me, I have 2 hours in the morning driving. And so what I do is I listen to the Bible on audio You can get the free Bible app. I'll link that down below. And then also on Audible, I have the Promised Word, I believe it is. I'll link that down below with the correct link. And I downloaded that because it's the dramatized Bible version. But I get 2 hours and I want to read the Bible. Like I said, I'm an associate pastor. I got to find time to read the Bible, write sermons, pray, and things like that. So I will listen to the Bible in the morning, sometimes for the whole 2 hours. I'll just put it on and just listen to it. And then since I do have to write sermons, what I'll do is if something hits me, I'm like, oh, that's a good point, I will write it out. And actually today, I will go ahead and go into my handy dandy notebook. And I use Color Note. Color Note looks something like this. Color Note. And it says, God hears our cries. And so I was like, oh, I want to do a sermon on this. And so it was Genesis 21, 11 through 19. And I just highlighted it, copied it, and then I want to talk about God hears our cries. I'll let you go ahead and read that story there, but it's basically Hagar's son crying, and God says, why are you crying? I hear your son. And so I want to talk about that. Again, Genesis 21, 11 through 19. I'll link that down below too. But so I took that time that I could be just sitting in traffic, angry and frustrated, but I used it to get the word. And if you're not a Christian, use it to listen to a self-help book or listen to an author. Sometimes I'll listen to people talk about books and time management and things like that, and just get on how they start a business and things like that. So you can get those kind of things in. So you find time to do things. And then sometimes it's just prayer. Every now and then I'll call my mom in the morning because like she gets up at 6. I'm getting up at 4:30, but that 2-hour difference is pretty much about the same time. So I can give her a call and we can talk a little bit about the business books. I called her, I think at 6 in the morning to tell her I had a deadline, and my deadline was Friday in 2 weeks. And she's like, wait, that means I have a deadline on mine too. I was like, yep. I still have till tomorrow to finish mine. So I'm going to finish, but I might have to do some writing.
I win.
All right. To be fair, it is all written. I'm just trying to tidy it up a little bit more before my mom gets a hold of it. But also I have that 2 hours, sometimes it's 2.5 hours on the way home, and I will call people and do business calls. Sometimes it's with the church and I'll talk to people, church business and things like that, but I'll take advantage of the time there and move forward. Lately, I actually had a phone call with Willie and Andrea from Treasure Trail. I will link that down below if you want to watch them find treasures. He gave me some great information on YouTube, and I told him I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm just trying to do it and look clean. And he's like, hey, you got to do this, and hey, he's helping me out there. So the thumbnails are actually from Willie. He's taking care of them for us, giving me a little bit of a break. But I had an 1.5-hour conversation going over books and sales and marketing, because we're trying to market, his stuff, and he's done the research. So I was like, hey, I'm going to pick your brain since you've already done the research. And so you use those times and you utilize them to max it out. Or I could just sit in traffic and listen to music, which is fine. Sometimes I do that, but I got to get stuff done. But no, really, it's a lot of great help with them doing that. And we appreciate them. He's actually right now working on the thumbnail of me and my mom together. So that way, when we go live with the video last week on Saturday at 3:00, we will have that, and that would have been Willie helping us out there. So we really appreciate that. But I use that time to talk business and things like that. So we do appreciate that. And again, we will link Treasure Trail down below. Subscribe to them and like them. They're great guys, great people. Shout out. We're just trying to help out everybody. That's what we're here for. We're also going to talk about setting those deadlines. So when you set it, and then if you do a schedule like my co-author has done, I keep wanting to say mommy, but what Linda does is she sets a deadline, and she's going to keep to it. And then she can tell people like, hey, no, look, this is my schedule and I have to get here. If you would like to meet for coffee or something, I will fit you in, but I can't just go off on a whim, even though I'm working from home, because that's the misconception. People are like, oh, you work from home, so that means you set your own time, you can do it. Well, a lot of times when people work from home, it's a lot more hours than a regular 9 to 5. And I'm finding that out because I'm out, 3 hours was editing a video. And then I had the hour recording the video and then uploading and things like that. and meeting the deadline. So she's got to write, and then we film, and we're trying to film every Thursday, and we set a deadline. It's like, hey, it's our job. We got to do that. There's gonna be times we can't do it, but there might be times we can do multiple videos in a day. We'll change our shirt and you guys won't know, or I'll just video edit a different color of my shirt. This shirt, to be clear, is purple. The last one was blue. They kind of look alike, but
Mine is totally different this time.
and so, as you notice, I didn't even put my beard wax in, but I do have my beard oil in. If you want to know about that, just comment down below and link. And like I said, in the last video, we put those links in there. So time management is very important, and sticking to it is even more important, because people are going to say, hey, it's just a hobby, or yeah, but you have more time there. But sometimes you got to tell people no, or, hey, I can do it at this time. If it doesn't work for you, we can work around it later. But right now I got a deadline. And then when you get a book done, like my mom just got the book done. Now Friday, she doesn't have to write because she got it done. But she also has
so Friday will be more devoted to the dolls because I'm behind on them.
So it's all about,
because I got 3 orders today. So
you just got to basically juggle life, and it's doable. And that's the key. It's doable. And if you really want to, then make time and let your friends and people know that, hey, this is what I'm doing, and say, hey, can you help me, encourage me? Like, hey, send a text, say, hey, remember, you got to be out there, finish book. Have you finished it yet? Or have you finished your painting yet? Or have you done whatever your hobby is? Get out there and do it. And we encourage you, if you want to make a film, get yourself a little camera, and like I said, set a time to, I don't even know what it's called, brainstorm. I needed my brain to storm real quick. And sometimes you get lack of sleep, and that's okay. Just make sure you stay healthy, work out. I got the gym in the background, so I can do that. And again, too, so how do you time management? Comment below if there's things that we're forgetting, or things that you do that you found successful. Right now, I just set a deadline, and I don't actually put a schedule on it. I just know it's always in the back of my head, hey, Friday I do that. So I did a little bit on Tuesday. Didn't do anything yesterday because I was editing the video, and I know now tomorrow I've got to do everything. So
that kind of goes with our writing styles. I am an outliner. I outline, like, I take a whole notebook and I will outline maybe 45 pages of outlines, so I can pick any chapter I want to do. I can just pick it up and write because the whole outline's there. Where Rick, he just goes with the flow.
Because I know the end, I know where I want to go, and then I just get there and I let things happen and I just let it go. But I do see the benefit of outlining, because you have a structure, and if you don't know what to write, okay, oh, look, well, this is where he's got to go, or she's got to go, or the character's got to go, and you write it to that point, and you go. For me, I don't get writer's block, because I'm always thinking, like I said, those 2 hours, I'm always putting in notes, and then I'll call my mom and say, hey, Mom, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? She's like, oh, all right. Okay. I didn't think about that. All right. But I have a lot of time to think. And so I do a lot of brainstorming.
And then I have to add it to my notes.
Oh, that's right. Like, hey, by the way, this happened, this happened. She's like, that didn't happen
so
here.
On my notes, if you looked at my notebook, it'll have like a 2 and a circle. And then over, 10 pages down, there's 2. So I know to add 2 to that circle. It's like, oh, Rick again. Okay.
But like I said, utilize your time and do it wisely. So I like to play video games, but I have a family and I don't get to play it very often. I got the brand new Xbox Series X. I got it day one. I went to play the new Valhalla Assassin's Creed. My 4-year-old came in and was like, oh, can I ride the horse? And I still haven't even played that game yet. So she got a good 40 minutes of playing Assassin's Creed, and I still have not got to play it. And it is April, and that game came out in October of last year. So like I said, I like to do it, but I would like to get this done first. Like I said, there's always time when I'm way too tired to write that I can just mindlessly play a video game. But I know I need to have my alert times, because I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm way too tired. If I were to write right now, I think every character would die, and we'd have to have new characters. Or very bad things would happen to them just because that's my mood. And yes, sometimes characters do get beat up because I feel like beating somebody up. I wouldn't do that. I'm so loving and kind. And, see, it says Pastor Rick.
Mine says evil queen. See?
The church logo. Also, we'll log in here. If you like these kind of cups and tumblers, we actually both, my mom and me, my wife, know how to make these. So if you like that, you can comment below and we'll reach out to you and we'll talk logos and things that you would like. And we can do those for you too. And maybe we'll do a how-to video on that. My mom says she's, painting dolls right now. She's utilizing the time here. We will actually might do it, which is fine with me. I don't care. You're getting a YouTube video. But the whole thing is that we want to do some how-to videos, not just in writing, but just in general on how-tos, and maybe painting a doll or creating a reborn doll from nothing to the end product. My mom will have to do that because I do not know how to do that. I told her maybe she could do one on an eyeball. She's like, I just put the eyeball in. I'm like, oh, well, maybe you should
buy the eyeball, Okay.
So we're going to do that too. And we're just going to have fun with it. And if you guys are having fun, like and subscribe. Is that like thumbs up, subscribe? There's a bell. I hear people saying there's a bell down below. I haven't seen
Ring the bell.
I don't know what that means. Or it'll notify you that we have new videos out. So we're doing that. Oh, and the kids are here. And we did it. We time managed. That's how you do it. And they're at the door, but I had it locked. Oh, now they're honking. Oh, we get it. We get it. We're going to keep that in there for you guys to let you know.
Life happens. Mine just opened the door over there, but they were really quiet about it. The 9-year-old says to the 6-year-old, we got to go.
So, and as my faithful, we got Coco over there. You'll see her in the other video. But she's all, oh, I want to go play. I want to go play. So, all right, that means it's time for this video to end. Now my dog's crying because she wants to go see everybody.
Everybody.
Thank you guys, and you guys have a great weekend and continue to like us and comment on us. Thank you.